Hey guys, Johnny here with more Hot Wheels. Yeah, that's the track, but this is going to be a weird part. I'm going to try to do this one-handed as much as possible and follow through and get you cool shots every once in a while. We're going to go by racer by racer. This may be a 2-day event. It's undecided as of right now. Here's an updated thing. That's how many points were scored in that day, and then that day we're on the drop throw right now, even though it just says drop, I strap throw, because we're technically going to be throwing the car. So a couple things reset every once in a while. So they're going to hit 4-speed here. They're going to be launched. If you haven't seen Stunt Masters, I'm going to explain this. They're going to be launched. They're going to go up around the corkscrew, drop down, hit the kicker loop, which won't be loaded. Go to the first turn, the second turn, they'll come to the finish line. As soon as they hit the finish line, that counts as a run. And then there's a line. So here's a line here. So 5 foot, or it'll be 5 points, 10 points, 15 points. We're going to the left. 20 points, 25 points, 30 points. And if you make it through the thing, it depends. If you knock it down, it's 40. But if you go through it and it's 50, it's 50, and not knock it down, it's 50. That includes bouncing off the wall. So you go through it, bounce off the wall, and you don't knock it down. But you do come back over here, it's still gonna be 50 points. So going back through it after hitting the wall is not gonna matter as long as you don't knock it down. You get 3 attempts to get through this part. If you don't make it 3 attempts, you get no points. Now the points are not going to contribute into here. What it's going to be is that the top 15 points are then going to be rewarded the actual point values. Now to kind of give you a thing here, I'm not going to read off all of these, but to give you a look at it, so that way you know what happened. You can pause the video. But that's exactly what happened. That's all high jump stuff. That's all long jump stuff. So, +3 means they went up 3 positions. -3 means they went like down 3 positions, so on and so forth. That being said, we're gonna put that over there. We're going to start out with Bones Shaker, which is on Aqua's team. First attempt. He made it through the launcher, just not through the corkscrew. Attempt number 2. Attempts will play effect. Attempt number 3. And he made it down to the kicker loop, but that was it. So he has 0. Now, for zeros, I will just write, for not making it, I'll just write zeros, because I know that's exactly what that means. Next up would be Clear Speeder from Aqua. Attempt number 1. Get a really cool shot here. So we also declared that if you're on any part of the line, we're going with the back side of the car. So the back side of the car is on this side of the line, so it'll be 10 points. So Clear Speeder gets 10 points. And he's currently holding the record, because he's the only person that made it so far. Now, if you want to know the record holder so far, since the first year, Clear Speeder has a high jump record at 7.5 centimeters, and Off Track has a long jump record at 17 centimeters. So, alright, Vendetta from Aqua. Gets another attempt. Someone he messed up. Not quite sure what happened there. Check the track to make sure it's all A-okay. It does fall apart every once in a while. That's why it's good to check. It does happen. So, tip number 2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. He's messing up down here at the drop part. So attempt number 3, is it loosened? No. It's just messing up. Attempt number 3. And that won't be good, and he will score 5, 10 points as well. Now, what the cars I was testing was former champions, and we had a guy with like 20-point range. So trying to see for a rally. Be up next. Here we go. Ooh, not looking as good. I think he did a barrel roll on the drop. Attempt number 2. Okay. I will mark that it was on the 3rd attempt. And this is also on the 3rd attempt. And then he messes up on the drop. That's going to be a zip. I wasn't sure if I was going to put X's or right 3rd or what the case was. So I put like a bunch of X's and 3rd A, and as long as I know what it means, right? Clear the A up a little bit. Okay. Next up is governor. Here we go. He kind of flipped over. Oh boy. Oh, I gotta put you down for a second. The loop's kind of messed up a little bit. Okay. And we lost sight here. Okay. Here we go. Governor, attempt number 2. And he makes it through, and he will score 10 points as well. 10 points for the governor. On the 2nd attempt. RDO 5. Not quite sure not quite sure what happened there or there. Attempt number 3. Oh, that's going to be a 0. Can we make it out of the launcher Corvette Stingray? Oh, it wipes out on the 1st attempt. You almost made it. Almost made it. Not as far as the first time. His 3rd attempt. Ah, nothing. No moss. No score. Well, no, I mean no moss means no more, but alright, here we go. What's up? Very clean run. Scores 10 points. We're all kind of settling at 10 here. Not sure why that's that. And that was on the 1st attempt. Okay, Eagle Mossa is next. Here we go. He flew out. Attempt number 2. Okay, a little further. Ugh. Attempt number 3. Oh, and he's going to set a record. 5. No, he's not. 5, 10. Yep. Wait, hold on. What? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, yeah. That's if you don't go through. So he'll score 10 because he's over his backside's on the other part of the line. And that was on his 2nd attempt. 3rd attempt, my bad. Okay, nerve hammer. First attempt wiped out. 2nd attempt. wiping out again. As you see him in the off camera, outside the camera. Fall into the camera, I guess. Tip number 3. Kind of saw what was happening, ignored it. He kind of just drifted it. And that's not the good place to drift. Alrighty, Mazda MX-5. Your turn is up. Tip number 1. A really cool angle. I was hoping he wasn't going to fly at me because I'm in a very scary position there. Tip number 2. And attempt number 3. Alright, I saw the thing kind of bounce and move around a little bit there. Pick him back up. He gets a 0 as well. And moving on to Motoblade. Attempt number 1. I want a really cool shot if I can. No, it's kind of hard to follow. Hope I get the shot I win. 5, 10. He's on the line, so it's 10. We're getting a little bit further, so eventually we'll get to somebody that wants to go past it. I hope, anyways. Okay. Next up is Growler, representing Team Brown. Here we go. Well, he didn't even make it past the drop part. He kind of wiped out around here in the corkscrew. That's how he made it, but I don't know what happened there. Check the track. Track's all good, so I don't know what's going on with him. Attempt number 3. That doesn't really matter, I just like resetting it. And he makes it on attempt number 3, going 10 points on that one. Praying Menace, you're next. After I write down what I need to write down here. Okay, Praying Menace, you're up. That was a pretty good run. I don't know what happened. It made you wipe out like that. Tip number 2. Get turned around here, dude. Probably should put weights down on this thing. If I had weights, I'll put weights down, but I don't have weights. Tip number. What tip number is this? 3? Yeah. What if I put this here? What kind of angle you guys get? I can see if I can get the drop angle without having to lose it. Right there you can. Okay. Here they go. Trying to be very careful. Make sure I'm not touching the track. Well, he wiped out anyways. So that was very anticlimactic. I had that all designed so I wasn't touching the track. Whew. Well, he scores a 0. Now, moving on to the next person, which would be Roguehog from Chrome. Number 1. That's a flop. Attempt number 2. That's also a flop. Attempt number 3. That was a better run, but he didn't make it all the way through. Go ahead and load Rocket Fire. Not going to launch him yet until I have Roadhog in my hand. Rocket Fire. Dude, you landed all the way over there. Dang. Come on, Rocket Fire, you can do this. Oh boy. Tip number 3. Not quite sure what happened there. Some of these cars may be too long, and so when they get to the corkscrew, they don't touch their wheels. So if they're not going fast enough, they won't hit their wheels. They will take off in time. So also scoring a 0 will be Rocket Fire. Vendetta, Chrome. Will actually do something, but only scoring 5 points this time around. Did something for Team Chrome, but didn't score really anything. So 0, 0, 5. And it looks like 10 is going to take up most of the places, so. Bullwhip. I want to see you do something, man. Not that. That sounded pretty bad, so. Check for injury. We are all good. Here we go. Dang, dude. Better, I guess better than landing on the concrete. Or cement, or whatever. 10-3. Oh, better. Alright. Clear Speeder from Clear. Another successful run, and a really good successful run, setting a record 5, 10, 15. Taking first with that. Alrighty. That's what I like to see. Roadhog from Gold. You're up. Good start. Fell apart. Attempt number 2. He's losing it around here. Attempt number 3. That time he didn't make it to the drop. It's over there by the brick wall now. Alrighty. Roadhog, you're up. Attempt number 1. Attempt number 2. He's a little long, so it may not work out for him. And it will. Oh, and he doesn't score anything because the lines are right here. You have to make it all the way through. Hard to see. There's the line. You have to make it all the way through. If you would have made it to here, he would have been just as fine. So he faults, scores nothing. Wow. So I will put fault second attempt. So that way, if for some reason zeros end up having to be third or whatever, or 12th or whatever, we know he's got the better than the other two. Because he actually made it through the run, just not all the way through. Alright, MR11 from Green. Flying out. Attempt number 2. Attempt number 3. Pulling off a very successful run, scoring 5-10. He's on the line. Tour de Fast, you are up. And launching clear over there. Trying to keep an eye on the camera so I'm not moving it too quick. Very unsuccessful there. Attempt number 3. That was his best run, but still fell apart. Ugh. Okay. Thank God you are up. And you didn't quite make it. Yeah, tip number 2. Attempt number 3. Ugh. He doesn't make it. That's always the worst. Poultice spike. I think he'll actually do something. That'd be nice, right? Let's get him a cool shot, because I think he'll do something. Oh boy. He more than did something. He even flipped over somewhere. Flipped over. No, he didn't. He just got cut up for some reason. Sorry, I'm trying to get you guys a clear picture. That's where he's losing it. He lost it around here somewhere. Attempt number 3. Yeah. Thought he would be the one to pull it off, but nope. Not today. It's a hard drop, so. Next up would be Super Volt. Attempt number 1. Sitting at 10 points. Barely 10 points anyways. So you finally have someone that scores something. 0, 0, 0, nope. 10. Nope, means that they were the alternate. No injuries, so they didn't run. Batmobile, you're up. We need to back up a little bit and make sure we got an angle where he can run. Attempt number 2. And attempt number 3. Gets turned around somehow. Oh well. Okay, who's next after his failure? It's Team Maroon with Bone Speeder. Attempt number 1. Attempt number 2. Attempt number 3. That's a 0. Salt Flat Racer. Attempt number 1. Attempt number 2. Just messing up around there somewhere. Alright, timeout. We need to kind of adjust back to this. There we go. Attempt number 3. Woo, there he goes. Hits the wall, messing him up. And that will score him 5. 10, he's right on the line, right there. Almost 15. So 10 on the 3rd attempt. Crazy 8, you are next. Okay. Nope. Attempt number 2. Nope. Attempt number 3. Come on. We'll wait for you on the other side over here. Nope. Fig rig. Attempt number 1. Woo! Smoother run for sure. Attempt number 2. And that's commitment. 5 points. So 0 for crazy 8, 5 for the second attempt for fig rig. And now we're going to the trim truck. Trim truck. Trim truck. Flopped. Trim truck. Step 2. Crashing up here. Trim truck. I think I was like that. Trim truck. Step number 3. Whew. Oh. Can't launch when there's not pulled back. A more successful run, but no go. Alrighty. Roger Dodger. Not quite. Attempt 2. Whoa, what happened there? I was ready to drop and follow. Attempt 3. Sorry, my camera kind of missed it. 5. 10. 10 points for Roger Dodger. On his third attempt. So, sure I get this written down. Okay, overboard. He went over, but he didn't seem bored. Overboard, attempt 2. Attempt 3. Okay, well, that's a 0 for him. Chevelle SS, attempt 1. Also went over. Attempt number 2. Attempt number 3. Quite sure what happened there. Just wiping out, I guess. Alright, next set of cards, RDO 6. Attempt 1. Attempt 2. Attempt 3. So fast. Attempt 1. Wipes out a little bit. Attempt 2. Still wipes out. Attempt number 3. Oh, wipes out coming out of the turn. That turn's hard sometimes. Very hard. Cheapster. Attempt 1. Nope. Attempt number 2. Nope. Attempt number 3. Coming up right now. Not quite sure what happened there. The Camaro, 1965 Camaro, attempt 1. Wow, one of the best runs I've ever seen so far. I'm looking for a winner here, guys. Come on. Attempt 2. Dang. Launch right at the camera, why don't you? Attempt 3. Who's next after all those zeros? Hold on, let me write down all the zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, nope. Okay, off track. One of our record holders, he set the record. Clear it off with clear speeder. Clear speeder from clear. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Woo! Made it all the way to 30. 35 is really hard to get. I'll show you what 35 looks like. Here's the line, right? 35 looks like this, essentially. Well, actually, it looks more like this. It could look like that too. Because if you don't go all the way through, you don't get it. The extra points. So 30 points for off track. Definitely setting the record for that. Very, very clean. Well done. Off track. Loading salt flat. And he did it on his first attempt too. Wow. Very impressed. Salt flat. 3, 2, 1. Tip number 2 coming up. 3, 2, 1. Tip number 3 coming up. 3, 2, 1. Nope. No go. Now you realize there's a lot of twists and turns in this course. It's really hard to follow. Dogzilla. Attempt 1. Whoa, he just made it through the launch part. I wasn't expecting that. He launched straight through, no problem. Very impressed. Attempt number 2. Losing it around here somewhere. Attempt number 3. No. Still losing it somewhere. Ugh. High roller. Attempt number 1. A little bit better than the rest. Attempt number 2. Also not quite making it to that drop part. Attempt number 3. Ooh, that was a little better. Still not good enough. Catch up with the scores to make sure we're getting where we need to be. Silver Roadster. Attempt number 1. Looks like I'm going to be able to get this done today. Looks like we will be able to get this done today. Attempt number 2. Attempt number 3. That was better for attempt 3, but still doesn't get it. The Mustang GT Concept. Ugh. Attempt number 2. Ugh. Come on, guys, I believe in you. You can do this. Attempt number 3. Five, 10, 15 points. Woo! We got a record. Not record. Your time for second. RDO2, you're up. Flop. Attempt 2. Flop. Attempt number 3. Flop. Next up, 33 Ford. Woo! Really quick. Attempt number 2. Gets caught up over here somewhere. Attempt number 3. Oh, it doesn't even make it out of that part. And Pavito 1. Crashes in the loop. Attempt number 2. And attempt number 3. Seriously? Wow. Enforcer. Attempt number 1. Oh, he wipes out. I was ready for him to throw, but it doesn't happen. Attempt number 2. Attempt number 3. Attempt number 3. And no go. Dang it. He flipped out over there. It would have been so awesome if he would have made it. Catch up with the scores here. 0, 0, 0, 0. Chaparral 2 for white. Okay, here we go. Attempt 1. Attempt 1. Not so great of an attempt. Attempt number 2. Attempt number 3. Not quite sure what happened there. Bad Ratitude. Attempt number 1. So here we go. Oh, and he does hit it, so that's going to be a fault at attempt 1. That's a bummer. Scores a 0. First, or fault. First attempt. That sucks when you fault on the first attempt. 07 Chevy GT 500. Basically a Mustang. Well, it is a Mustang. 3, 2, 1. Nope. Ooh, someone loses it in the loop. I'm not quite sure what caused that. Attempt number 2. And loses it there now. Attempt number 3. No score. Head starter. Attempt number 1. Commits. Scores 5 points. Alright, RDO 3 for yellow. 3, 2, 1. Attempt 1. Go. Kind of went airborne. That's what kind of messed him up. Attempt number 2. He drifted all the way over here. Hit the ground, landed on the track, cardboard, drifted onto the track. Attempt number 3. Going airborne, that threw him off like crazy. Last car, Nerve Hammer. For the yellow. Attempt number 1. Well, I don't get cars in the way. Attempt number 1. Attempt number 2. Clear over there. And last attempt. You know, you gotta get more than 30 points if you want to be off track. Here we go. I said that he took off, but he will only score 5 points. 5 points is better than nothing. Looks like 5 points might give you 15th or something. Get you some points that way. So thanks for watching, guys. Give you a rundown on what happened. We have 2 second places, I think. Maybe just one. Hold on. First place with 30 points, be off track, setting the drop throw record. And then in second place on the first attempt with the 15 will be clear speed or clear. And then third place with the second attempt, 15, will be Mustang GT 500 concept. So that's your first 3. Thanks for watching. I'll get the points added up here. So the off track will score a total of 50 points for his team. No one made it actually to the Drift King drift, so the goal. So glad you watched this one drop. Now stay tuned for next week with the crisscross race. And I know the crisscross will not be having the cars meet in the corkscrew like the other video and Stuntastic had. They'll be using crisscross. They crisscross literally into each other. So that would be the race. So, I'd like to see you guys there. Later.